ruling party in the former Soviet Republic of Georgia is claiming victory following Saturday's closely contested parliamentary election. But the opposition alleges the vote was rigged and staged a rally outside Parliament on Sunday in protest. Preliminary results show the ruling Georgian Dream garnered about 48% of the vote. The opposition United National Movement, or UNM, of former President Mikhail Saakashvili was second with 27%. The ruling party declared victory soon after initial projections were announced. It said the elections were a step forward and that it will single-handedly form a government. With the final votes still being counted, the opposition is discussing the possibility of boycotting Parliament. Observers from the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe have said the vote was competitive and that overall fundamental freedoms were respected. The OSCE also said, however, that allegations of pressure on voters and blurring of the line between party and state reduced public confidence in parts of the process. A statement from the U.S. Embassy in Tbilisi echoed the assessment of the OSCE while calling for transparency in resolving the complaints. At least 51 people have been killed and nearly 900 injured by an earthquake that toppled buildings in the Turkish city of Izmir and created sea surges on at least two Greek islands. Rescue teams in Turkey early Sunday morning pulled a man alive from the rubble of a collapsed building. The man is believed to have survived for 33 hours under the debris of a residential building that was flattened during the earthquake. French authorities said that a person suspected of firing a hunting gun and seriously wounding a Greek Orthodox priest outside a church in the city of Lyon, France, on Saturday is in police custody. Police say the priest was shot twice in the chest at point-blank range and is currently in a serious condition in the hospital. The motive for the attack is still unclear, but it comes after a young Tunisian killed 3 people inside the Notre Dame Basilica in the southern French city of Nice on Thursday, and the beheading of a history teacher near Paris earlier last month. Security throughout France remains high after the deadly stabbings at the Basilica, while President Emmanuel Macron tried to ease tensions with Muslims in the country. French leaders have termed Thursday's incident an Islamist terrorist attack after the perpetrator shouted Allahu Akbar, Arabic for God is great, as he decapitated a woman and killed 2 other people. Thursday's attack followed the beheading of teacher Samuel Paty earlier in October, after the republication of cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad by the Paris-based satirical weekly Charlie Hebdo. In his first public comments on months of protests, Thailand's King Maha Vajiralongkorn expressed love for protesters who have called for limits to his power. "We love them all the same," King Vajiralongkorn told a reporter from Channel 4 News. When asked if he was willing to compromise, the king responded, "Thailand is the land of compromise." Protests, largely led by students, have primarily called for Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha to step down, but the movement has also called for changes to the monarchy, an unprecedented move in a country where insulting the institution can lead to long prison sentences. The king's comments came as he met with counter-protesters dressed in yellow, showing their support for the monarchy. A few clashes have occurred between the rival protests in recent weeks. Tropical storm Eta strengthened quickly on Sunday as it barreled west through the Caribbean Sea en route to Nicaragua and Honduras, where it's expected to pound with potentially deadly wind and rain. The U.S. National Hurricane Center said Eta is forecast to become a hurricane overnight and plow into the northeast coast of Nicaragua and adjacent portions of eastern Honduras early on Tuesday. That's once again according to the Miami-based National Hurricane Center. The latest projections say Eta will by then be a Category 2 hurricane with winds of up to 177 kilometers per hour.